Most teams treat AI agent costs like traditional software debt. But agentic systems break that model. A new framework from researchers at Pitt and Ejento.ai introduces two distinct concepts, agentic technical debt and stochastic tax. And confusing them is costing you money. Think of agentic technical debt as a stock. It's the accumulated liability from shortcutting, prompt versioning, tool schemas, memory rules, and orchestration logic. You can pay it down through refactoring, standardization, and better governance. Stochastic tax, on the other hand, is a recurring flow. It's the operating burden of keeping probabilistic agent behavior within acceptable bounds. It shows up in evaluation suites, monitoring, retries, escalations, latency, and token overhead. Here's where it gets technical. Traditional debt works like interest, pay it off and the cost disappears. Stochastic tax doesn't. Even with zero technical debt, your tax floor remains positive. Why? Because agentic systems are control loops. They plan, call tools, condition on context, and act externally. Every run introduces non-determinism. The framework models this with a structural cost equation. Each category is driven by a baseline floor, a linear debt amplifier scaled by a sensitivity coefficient beta k, and an exponential operating exposure amplifier. That exposure term captures adoption, surface area, workflow horizon, autonomy, and model variability. Because it's exponential, costs scale nonlinearly as you add tools, users, or decision depth. Debt amplifies the tax, but the exposure channel means tax can rise even when debt is flat. The researchers validated this with an accounts payable agent simulation. They found a critical insight: debt steals economies of scale. When you scale from low to high adoption, per transaction tax drops significantly if debt is low. But if debt is high, that cost reduction vanishes. The framework gives you a dashboard-ready decomposition to track debt stocks, isolate debt-amplified costs from baseline stochastic costs, and calibrate sensitivity coefficients from before-after interventions. This isn't just theory. It's a measurable, spreadsheet-implementable governance lens for agentic AI. If you're building or managing AI agents, you need to separate your remediation backlog from your unavoidable stochastic operating costs. The full framework, equations, and companion spreadsheet are linked in the description. Check it out and let me know how your team is tracking agent costs.